Hey, what's up, guys? It's BJ here. I want to do a quick video review, a summary of Robert Kiyosaki and his teachings from Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is the #1 best-selling book in the history for the category personal finances. Okay, personal finances category. It's the best-selling book of all time. The way I've been fortunate enough to be introduced to this book back in around 2000, long time ago, actually, as I'm doing this video, almost about 15 years ago, to be honest with you. When I was at college, getting freshman year in college, I saw his book at the airport, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and and I was like, and to be honest with you, I'm an Asian guy. I looked at the back cover, I was like, this is an Asian guy? Asian guy wrote this book? I'm an Asian guy, so I don't see a lot of Asian authors or whatever. So I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. And I read the introduction for Rich Dad Poor Dad in 2000 as a freshman year in college. I think it was like after freshman year or around that time. I was only like 18 or 19 years old. Read this book. And this book literally like changed the way I thought about just money, period, how to make money. Um, you know, and let me tell you a quick summary about this thing right here. Basically, he introduces this book with him having two different, mentors, two different dads. One was obviously his biological dad, his real dad, and the other was his, friend's dad. And one dad went to college. The other dad only finished like 7th grade education. Okay, 7th or 8th grade education. Okay, I might be wrong in the details, but you know what I'm talking about, basically. The other dad, got a really good job, a high-paying job for the state of Hawaii, for a government job, right? The other dad never had a job for a long time, was never able to retain a job all his life. One dad, became financially successful throughout his life. The other dad, was a struggle with money for the rest of his life. And he says at the end of the introduction in this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says he's glad that he took the advice of the dad who only finished 7th grade education or 8th grade education. And when I read that introduction, that blew my mind at the airport. I was like, I got to get this book. I don't like reading. I never really read a lot in high school, but that time when I read that, I'm like, what is the secret? What is it? So that was the first book I read about related to, financial success, and that led me on a journey to, want to become an entrepreneur, to building my own online business and so forth. So let's talk about. So that's probably kept. Let's talk about the most important lessons that I want to share with you from Robert Kiyosaki. Now, you can go to Google and type in Robert Kiyosaki, and YouTube, and there's going to be a lot of information. But in this video, I just want to summarize the most important lessons about Robert Kiyosaki in the shortest amount of time as possible. And I would say it comes down to his concept of cash flow quadrant, which, by the way, is another book that he created. But that concept says it all. Okay, there's a lot of other lessons out there, but I would say it's this that says it all. He says there's 4 types of people in this world. Basically, there's an E, there's the B, there's the S, and there's the I. Okay, the E is pretty much 80%, 90% of the world. E is an employee. You have a job. Okay, we're grown up to believe that if you have a job, say it will be safe and secure. But the reality is, more and more, it's not like our parents' generation in the past. Jobs are not secure. Okay, you get fired any second. Okay, by a younger, smarter person, whatever. And the other type of person is the S. S is a person who owns a job. Like maybe a lawyer has his own private practice, or a doctor or dentist has his own private practice. Okay, he has his own job. He thinks that's his own business, but it's really he has his own job, because without him being in the business, a dentist or a chiropractor, for example, who is, unless you're like hiring other chiropractors, is most chiropractors or dentists or lawyers. And I'm not picking on those people. That's just an example. You depend on yourself to run the business. So that's a self-employed, S, okay? That's self-employed. These are actually the smart people. Okay, that's what Robert Kiyosaki says. Then there's the third type of person is the B. This is the business owner. You don't you own a business that doesn't depend on you to run the business. Okay, you own a system and the people work for you. People and the systems run the business on its own without you having to be in the center of the business. Okay, so maybe you can be a chiropractor or doctor or lawyer or whatnot, but maybe you can be the business owner who hires all the chiropractors and has systems and processes to run the business for you. That's a real business. And maybe it's an internet business. Maybe you have a online website with sales funnels already in process, already running on its own 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Without you having to be in the business, you can make money on autopilot if you have a system. Does that make sense? That's a business owner. The fourth type of person is the I, investor, which stands for investor. That's the person, you have money, okay? Now you invest in money, maybe into real estate, okay? You invest into real estate, and instead of your money being stuck in a bank making no percentage, right? You put it into real estate and you're growing, getting cash flow every single month. You're getting cash into your pocket month after month, because it's an asset, right? It's an asset that's working for you, so you're an investor. So those are the four types of people, and he basically says you want to get out of the E or the S quadrant and go into the B and the I quadrant, okay? Here's a bigger picture. E, you have a job. S, you own a job. B, you own a system that works for you. I, money works for you. So you want to get out of the E to the S, ES, and go into the BI quadrant. Once you make the money initially from the business, you can invest the portions of the money that you make into I, so money works for you, okay? You put money into, invest money into real estate, it works for you, cash flow month after month, okay? So those are the four things. And I also want to say, there's assets and liabilities, Kiyosaki, assets and liability. That's the main lesson I would say about cash flow quadrant. Another lesson is assets and liabilities, the importance of assets. Assets are things that put money into your pocket, and liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. So for example, it's a house. If you buy a house, most people think a house is an asset, but it's really not an asset, because you got to pay mortgage every single month, month after month. Your house, if you buy a house, it's taking money out of your pocket every single month. On the other hand, if you, instead of buying a property for yourself to live in, you buy a property to invest and someone pays your rent month after month, that becomes an asset. So what Robert Kiyosaki says is to focus on building assets, okay? Not just on income or liability. Focus on building a business. Focus on stocks, bonds, real estate. So this stuff will make money for you without you having to be there constantly, making money, being dependent. Okay, for example, if you have a job, you have earner income. Okay, that's like you have to go to a job 9 to 5 in order for you to earn income. But you want something like a passive income. You want an asset that creates passive income, so you don't have to go to the job. You don't have to be in the business. That business will create sales and profits for you without you having to do that, okay? Now, I know this is conceptual, but it's really practical, especially if you go into, let's say, an internet business, okay? If you're building an online business, it's very possible for you to actually put this into reality, okay? So, if you want to learn additional tips on how to build your online business and build your own assets, to get away from the E, the S, and go into an internet business, because with an internet business, everything you don't have as much employees that you need, because there's a lot of systems in place, like a website, like a sales funnel already in place that runs for you all on autopilot, that can work for you as systems, okay? So it's a lot easier, in my personal opinion, okay, I'm an internet entrepreneur, to build a business online than I would say offline, in my personal opinion. So if you want to learn additional tips, real tips on how to build and grow and succeed in your own home-based online business, I've done this for multiple years in a row. I went from being broke to earning a full-time income online for multiple years in a row. And I want to share with you those lessons so you can start to, go from the ES quadrant to building a business online that can work for you. Does that make sense? If you want that, you can check out my free report below this video. You can download my free report or check out my additional products and resources below this video as well. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon in the future. Take care. Bye.